Hey everybody, it's 70 degrees outside in the middle of January. I have no idea what's going on, but I had to come back to the lake. Kind of last minute, a little rainy yesterday, cloudy, partly cloudy today, but it's 70 degrees. You've seen this lake before. It's produced some amazing fish. Had Warren with Way of Fishing out here recently. We had some pretty good luck for a cold January day, but today it's not cold. Today it's awesome, and I'm going to take advantage of it. So let's see what we can pull out of this lake. I'm going to be throwing jerk baits today, maybe even a little bit of finesse bottom water plastics. We'll see what the next few hours brings. Thanks for joining me. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing. I sure appreciate everyone's comments and feedback. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see more of or less of. Always interested in learning what folks want to see. Thanks for joining me. Now let's do it. All right, we are heading to the edge of the lake here. Water level is a little down, and we're going to see if we can fool some fish into hitting this jerkbait I tied on. I got 2 rags in my pocket today. All right, I have a small little Rapala ripstop. It is a man, it's a light little jerkbait. Oh, look at that. Look at that, a little fish. All right, people, I'll take it. Look at that, foul hooked it, went after it. Sorry, little guy. Oh my, I hate to foul hook these little things. All right, foul hooked it right in the head. All right, I think that's a fish Warren caught the other day. Nice. I'll take it. Look at that. I got a little fish already. I got a little fish. Yes, I did. I just caught a cute little thing. But I'm not looking for the cute fish. I'm looking for the monsters. They're in here. They are in this lake. I've seen them. I've caught them. Cannot believe it is 70 degrees towards the end of January. It's not making much sense to me, but I'm not going to argue with it. I'm going to take advantage of it. All right, I'm going to move over to the area that I've had the most luck. This bait, this is this Ripstop 09 by Rapala. You can see it almost looks like a baby tarpon. The scale pattern, but it is done very well in this lake in the winter time. The way I'm fishing this thing is just ever so slight little twitches, multi-second in between pause. I'm not really ripping this thing hard at all. All right, I am tying on a bright yellow steel shad blade bait. It was already on this rod, so I figured, hey, fish it. It's tied on, so let's do it. The Scorpion digital control, the Scorpion DC is just, man, this thing just casts a mile, people. Will the steel shad produce today or not? I'm not burning it real fast in the water, but I am, in order to get kind of that vibration, you gotta reel it in. But I'm reeling it in just ever so slow, just enough to start to feel that vibration, thumpy feeling. If you've ever fished with a steel shad, it's all about the sound and the presentation, a little bit of flash. All right, I just stopped a moment ago. I was stripping some line off my bait caster to kind of, let's say, tidy it up a bit. And as I was reeling it back in, the excess line on the ground decided to kind of wrap around a twig and just create this cluster screw of a, I don't know, a little remote bird's nest, let's say. And so I went back to my tackle box and just wanted to share with you guys a little tip that has really saved me a lot, and that is a little awl. This sharp awl, hopefully you can see it, not super sharp, but sharp enough. It looks like a little one of those small micro screwdrivers, but it's an awl. And I had this just knotted up bit of braid here that if I just tried to pull on it, it's a guaranteed knot. I got a good amount of line out there. I don't want to crap out my spool here, so don't rush through it. Get a little tool like this and you can start picking, and you can open up what was a tightened up knot, and then you see, hopefully you'll be able to see it kind of work its way out. And that's the spirit of this little tip here, is don't just get frustrated and start yanking this what would be fairly easy to get loose. Don't just start yanking it out. If you can take the time to try to get this thing loose. So I'm not out of the woods yet. I'm still working on it, but I wanted to show you guys kind of in real time what this looks like, because it's a hell of a sense of satisfaction when you are able to get this thing worked out and untangled without having to go through and scrap a good amount of line. So I think that did it. So I'm going to now reel it in very carefully. There we go. And that's it. All right, I have tied on a square bill crankbait. Pitbull, 5.5 feet it says. That is what I'm going to try over here. I'm not going to give up over here, people. All right, I have tied on kind of a little shaky head. It's a weedless jig, and I've got this small tapered worm on it. Let's see what happens. I am fishing with a chartreuse colored spinnerbait. I don't know if that's breaking all the rules, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Are there really any rules in fishing? Maybe the rule of fishing is there are no rules. That's a fish? No, that's not a fish. Ah, it's interesting. I think that is my fishing line when I got snagged and broke off. I think that's what that is. It is fishing line. I would love to be able to bring that in, but you can kind of see it is not long enough. It ends right there. Well, maybe I can pull it a little bit. Please don't break though. I don't know. I'm going to try to, if this is the end of a line that with my lure on it, that would just be ridiculous. What do you think? If I can bring in a lure that I have broken, is this it? Let's see. Oh my Lord, this is hilarious. This, my friends, is a rattle trap, one I have missed over the last several weeks. I snagged this thing on the bottom and it was gone, and I kept snagging the excess 20-pound braid and it just never gave loose, and today it did. That's awesome. All right, that is awesome. And I even get to retrieve some braided fishing line that does not belong on the bottom of this amazing lake. So it is a win-win. Holy moly, it's a win-win. Wow, that is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Cleaning up the litter and recovering what is kind of a pricey little bait. Man, I'm happy about that. All right, I have tied on my Live Target branded bluegill swim bait. Why not? Oh, I think I am snagged on something. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see if I can walk to the other side of that snag and unsnag it. I have not known there to be much over there. So, could be a recent addition. Ah, there we go. Sometimes if you have got a kayak or a boat or the bank where I am, where I can walk far, a lot of times you can kind of unstick yourself if you get on the other side. A lot of times you, or at least I used to just kind of manhandle it and just try to unstick it. But if you can find your way kind of opposite to the direction you were fishing and walk or motor or paddle over there, you can oftentimes just kind of unstick yourself relatively easy, which is nice, because it's really easy to lose lures. I do it more often than I wish. If you are thinking about getting a kayak or a boat, especially a used kayak or a used boat, you know, you got to factor in the amount of lures that you typically lose, because oftentimes you can unstick lures and retrieve them back when you can float over to them and to the other side of them, and that adds up, especially on some of these higher priced lures. You know, $8-10 a pop. Ooh, that was something right there. Something right there was just looking at this. All right, done. All right, people, man, it's been a grind today. Not the most successful fishing day, but it's beautiful to be outside when it's in the 70s. Right now it's getting a little late. Sun's going down. It's probably in the low 60s in January. No complaints here, man. I had a good time. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, enjoyed the video, consider hitting the subscribe button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Until next time, FishTalesRVA out.